Hello, this is Soundout here, back with another Transformers Age of Extinction review. Today we're taking a look at the Generations Deluxe Glass Strafe. Okay, so here we have Strafe. Now, Strafe was the first of the Wave 2 Dinobots to be released because he did come out as an evolution pack at Toys R Us, where he came with a terrible dinosaur minicon that was a pterodactyl painted to look like G1 Swoop. Even though this guy's name is Strafe and not Swoop, and the specific reason that was given was because he has two heads. He can't be Swoop because Swoop only has one head. It's a dumb reason personally, but whatever. It's officially called Strafe. We're going to go with that. So here we are with Strafe. Now, Strafe is the pterodactyl of the Dinobots, and he is quite impressive for the fact that he is quite wide due to his wingspan, and his wings do collapse, and that's how he fits in the box, but due to his wide wingspan, he is quite large, and a bit imposing too. Really neat. He is the blue member of the team, going off that whole Dinosaur Sentai idea of mine. Kind of have the blue color going on here. But you can see he does have two heads. Being a Dinobot, you know, I guess he has two heads for some reason. Now, what's kind of neat is that this guy is quite articulated for being a transforming dinosaur. He's got ball jointed hips. He's got rotation here. He's also got all kinds of wing articulation. The wings can fold in, and they can fold back kind of, but it will pop his crossbow off his back. And they do rotate, because these are also his arm joints, so he does have quite a bit of movement there. Plus the wings can extend and fold like that. And then you got his head. Both his heads turn, and they do pivot up and down, and the mouths do open and close. So you do get some range of movement here. You have the heads looking in different directions, you know, all kinds of fun stuff like that. There's no articulation in his tail. It's just a rubbery piece, but it does fold back a little bit if you like. But there you go. Overall, really nice pterodactyl mode, two-headed pterodactyl mode. I love all the paint on his wings in the back here. It really adds to the nicer feel of the figure. And I think it is really cool. Again, a lot of spikes. But you know, it's as expected at this point. But you see the Autobot logos on his wings here. So that with Strafe. Overall, really nice Dino mode. I like it quite a bit. So transformation for Strafe is really dirt simple. There's not much to it actually. First of all, you take the legs and you fold them out here, and you turn them around and you bring them like this, and then you just push that into place to lock his knee down. You do that same thing for the other side. You untab his arms from his wings here, like this. Then you take the two dinosaur heads, you bring one down here, turn and fold, down, turn and fold, bring up his head, which also locks his chest into place, and remove the weapons off his back, the crossbow, and then fold this all together, and now you have Strafe in robot mode. And that's all there was to it. So here we have Strafe in his robot mode. Now, this is by far the simplest transformation I've seen in a movie toy. It's quite simple, and there is a little modification you can do here. You can have his wings come out. Now, I do actually complain about how simple the transformation is, because the hands don't even fold away, which doesn't give them proper wrist movement either. They just kind of pivot up and down. And the hands don't even fold away, and I think that was a big misstep. But yeah, it's just fold up his legs, fold down his head, fold out the dinosaur heads, peg his arms into his wings, and that's all there is to it. Quite simple indeed. But it does provide a nice, neat-looking robot mode. First of all, his twin dinosaur heads does give him that nice split head look that Grimlock and Slug were rocking. And overall, the robot mode is very nice looking. You got these nice pterodactyl claws on his knees, and these nice pointed boots on the end, which is really cool. And his arms are pretty nicely designed too. It just seems like there should have been more to the transformation. His helmet design is really nice, as it does have that medieval look to it. It's also on a ball joint, so you can have his head, and his head even goes farther in, so you can just kind of hide and be scared. But you have ball joint neck, ball joint shoulders, bicep rotation, a palm up elbow, ugh, a waist joint when you move the tails out of the way, which by the way has twin tails. I thought that was cool. Ball joint hips, thigh swivel, but it runs in an awkward angle, so it doesn't really work. He's got a knee joint and no foot articulation. Now he can break his knee like this and then have a double jointed knee of sorts, but you know, that's pretty much all you get. But you do get a lot of weapon options. Mainly you get a crossbow that also comes with a pressure launch missile, so you can fire it at himself. It's really cool looking. It blends into the back really nicely, and he does hold it in this one hand here. And you can get some cool crossbow wielding poses with the way that the angles of the wrist happen. Also hidden in his wings, and I say hidden lightly, you can remove two swords. So these two swords can be held by Strafe like this and like this, and overall look pretty cool. Posing him is kind of weird because you don't have the normal working elbows, but it kind of justifies the wrist, so you can have him kind of pointing a sword at someone like that, which is pretty cool. And then for also another little bit of coolness, you can take the two swords and the crossbow, and they do all combine. There's little pegs on the bottom of the crossbow. Just line those up, and now you get this super triple shot crossbow thing, which is super cool, and I quite like it, and it's a good way to display all. It's the only way to get him to hold all three weapons properly. So there is that. So overall, Strafe is pretty neat. Whether you get him as the evolution pack with the bad minicon at Toys R Us, or on his own at other retailers and Toys R Us for that matter, I do highly recommend him. He is quite good. He's one of my favorites. Balancing him is the tricky part because he has no ankle articulation. But he is pretty cool. He has that kind of hunter in the sky type look to him, which looks really neat. And overall, I definitely recommend the figure to people who are collecting the Dinobots, or anyone just kind of likes what you see. He is definitely neat and cool to enjoy. So next time we will be taking a look at another Dinobot on our next Transformers review, and that will be Slash, the other Wave 2 Dinobot. So until then, stay tuned. Be sure to check out HeroTaku.com for all your Transformers news and more. Talk to the Sound saying goodbye.